Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Hi, it's Zoe from Star Wars Geek Girl, and I'm here with Lizzie.
Hello.
We're gonna talk about Star Wars. I had an extremely busy week because musical and Odyssey of the Mind and school and so I've not yet seen the new Resistance episode.
How dare you? We're so close to the end of season 1.
Nothing. I was just fucking.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're very close. Sorry, my dad just came in the room and started making faces at me. I was very confused. You were making faces at me.
I was just trying to surprise you.
Okay. Alright.
I'll leave. I'm sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I have not yet seen the new Resistance. So, but we can talk about other stuff. We do have some emails that we got. Like, I feel bad because we got them a couple, 2 weeks ago, and because I kept forgetting to talk about them.
How dare you?
So I feel really bad. We have two emails.
Been missing out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, the first one is from Shay, from the Elven Padawan, who has been on the show a couple times. She's super cool. And she said, okay. Easy. Alright, so she says, I'll just read the email, which Lizzie doesn't have it because I put it on the notes because it's long, which I don't want to sound like I'm mean or bothered by it, but it just took up space. But Shay, if you're listening to this, I'm not hating your email. We keep our notes very short.
Yeah. And in Comic Sans.
And oh god, are they in Comic Sans now?
No.
No. Okay. So alright, so I'm on the email window. So I know your show, this is what Shay said. So I know your show is called Star Wars Geek Girl and therefore obviously focuses on Star Wars, but a really big part of being a fan of anything, and especially Star Wars lately, it would seem, is figuring out what to do when your fandom gets really toxic and starts taking more out of you than it's giving back. I personally believe that fandoms are only any good as long as they are fun to participate in. But when other people in your fandom start getting too possessive of the franchise or really hateful towards those who have different tastes, it totally stops being fun and becomes more of a burden. In my own experience, I found that fandom getting too negative actually affects my attitude towards the rest of my life and can cause me to be grumpy and sour towards my friends and family. And they really don't deserve that kind of treatment for something they have no control over. So I've been realizing lately that when the Star Wars fandom gets too crazy, I like to spend time with other series I like and sometimes even hunt down a new one to get into. It's really fun discovering new characters to love, stories to follow, and ships to yell about and also cry about. It's easy to forget how fun fandoms are supposed to be when all one sees is Star Wars fan people screaming at each other. So my question for you gals is this: what other fandoms do you like to spend time with, especially if/when Star Wars gets too much for you? Is there another series or even completely non-fandom hobby that you're passionate about and would like to talk about some? And then she says, Zoe, I know you're into Harry Potter and Lizzie likes anime. What is it that you love most about these other things, and what would you like to tell other fans who are feeling really bogged down with all the recent nastiness in the Star Wars fandom? Because episode 9 is fast approaching, and as much as I would like to think everyone who calls himself a Star Wars fan is going to love it, and we'll all be a big happy family of Star Wars fans again, I'm pretty sure that won't be the case. So, that's, and then she said, happy podcasting, love Shay. It's not, but that's the bulk of the email.
Well.
See, that was long. I do agree that the Star Wars fandom gets too crazy sometimes. Yeah. And honestly, I feel like I don't know. You can criticize other things that people are doing, in fandom.
Mm-hmm.
If I saw someone, shipping like Luke and Leia, I'd be like, hey, that's like kind of messed up, man. They're literally twins. You know? But I do agree that there's people who are like, just with like, if someone's like, oh, well, I ship this ship, or I ship this ship, or I like this character, or I don't like this character, and it's just like trivial things, and people just get very mad about things that like aren't really harmful, and just kind of people like having fun. Like, it's meant to be like poke fun at like Jonah and everyone for shipping Sabine and Ezra sometimes. I don't hate Jonah for that or anything.
No.
I'm not mad at her.
Nope.
You know, I don't like the ship, but I'm not gonna call all those people like evil or something.
I don't think Jonah is capable of being evil.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree. But like,
So yeah, I do think, obviously,
but like,
I don't want,
sorry.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm like, you cannot criticize anything ever, like, in fandom. Because obviously there's people who, in fandoms, that are gonna be bad. But I do think that there is way too much toxicity towards things that don't matter. And that's not good.
Yeah, it's just, this fandom is kind of getting out of hand.
Yeah.
I don't, it's all a mess. But, you know, it's fun to, like, even if this is all going down in the fire, like, it's nice to find people that aren't like this. Like, if my dad makes, usually, because I don't go out making friends, so I just follow my dad around. And then he's like, this is a friend. I'm like, wow, it's a friend. He actually likes Star Wars. Like, you know, even if, like, he has criticisms, like, it's fine. Like, it's not jerky.
Yeah. I mean, because I feel like if there's a part of Star Wars you don't like, no matter what that part is, even if I love it, if you don't like it, not you, Lizzie, like you, like people in general.
Yes.
If someone doesn't like it, that's okay. You know, if you don't like The Last Jedi, if you don't like Rebels or Resistance or whatever, that's fine. But I think the problem there gets, I mean, if you hate any of those movies for like racist or whatever reasons, that's but if you just hate it because of like dumb nerd stuff, like oh, I don't like what Luke did or whatever. Like, even if I disagree with you, I don't care. But I think the thing that people get stuck on is, okay, you don't like this movie. Why don't you talk about a movie that you do like? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, there's, like, if you don't like something, there's no point. I mean, you can talk about maybe criticisms you have, but if that's all you talk about, then that's when it gets toxic.
Yeah, it's kind of like goes for like both Star Wars and just anything in general.
Yeah.
Like, you should find stuff that makes you happy, and you should, you know, I don't know, just be happy, guys.
And criticize stuff all you want. I criticize stuff on the podcast all the time, but I also talk about what I like. More than what I criticize, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I haven't counted, but...
Yeah, so
I think a general thing that would, you know, like maybe if, I don't know. But then, alright, so what Shay's question was what other things do you spend time with if when Star Wars stuff gets, like, stressful? I think was her question.
Yeah.
For me, you said Harry Potter. I don't want to say I'm not as into Harry Potter anymore. I just don't keep up with it as much as I did. I still love it. I still probably know more about it than I even realize. But I think lately I've been into like the Dragon Prince, which is really good and everyone should watch it. And that's it. I mean, non-fandom things, like, I get involved in stuff. I'm in so many clubs and stuff at school. So working on that stuff and spending time with that stuff is, because I agree. There have been times where like I go on Twitter and people are yelling at each other. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like going anywhere sometimes with fandoms. Sometimes there are a lot of crazy people.
In my opinion, I feel like one of the best ways to interact with fandoms, especially online, is find your spot. Find people who, not that necessarily have all the same opinions, but that like you can agree on a lot of things and have fun with that. Like have fun with that group. But I think if you try to just always involve yourself with the whole fandom, you're going to get stressed out. Because it's a big group of people that, while they may have one thing in common, maybe don't have much else.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better.
Well, honestly, for me personally, if I'm getting fed up with the general Star Wars fandom, I'll stick to my Rebels people. Because I don't know what it is, but people who are into Rebels and, like, really into Rebels seem to be so much more chill than, like, the movie people. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because...
Also known as my dad and Jonah and Mom.
Maybe it's, like... I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because we have, like, Kanan, who's, like, kind of like a chill Jedi, I guess. But... that didn't even make sense. I don't know.
Makes sense.
I don't know. It's just like the Star Wars like animation people are like more,
they're really sweet people.
Yeah, they're generally so much more nice, and because the animation doesn't always get all the credit it deserves, I feel like they just get excited over anything. I think the people who are maybe just into the movies, or at least like a lot more into the movies than anything else, are a little spoiled sometimes, for lack of a better word. Because that's all anyone ever talks about. So Rebels people are like, oh my gosh, this article mentioned Ezra Bridger in one sentence, and they get so excited. So I think it's just, I don't know. Star Wars animation people, except, okay, there are some Clone Wars people that are like just Clone Wars and they're like, I don't Rebels, I don't Resistance. Those people can stay in their corner, but like everyone else,
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah. So the whole anime thing. I'm not really able to watch much anime anymore, cause like I don't have YouTube and stuff and whatever. But I don't know. I don't usually go into those fandoms because they get weird real quick. So, so I'm trying to think of like other things that I do. Like, I guess cooking. Does that count?
Yeah.
It's not really a fandom.
It's a hobby, though. She did say hobbies. She said, or even
Yeah.
a completely non-fandom hobby.
Yeah. So I guess with cooking, like I get I just distract myself from everything. Sometimes even cooking. And it helps a lot, especially with like stress and people. Because I go in the kitchen, I'm like, okay, I gotta make this. Cool, let's do it. No one will distract me. This phone is very distracting. Let's put it down. But yeah, and I like finding other people that really like cooking, and it's mostly they're all mostly adults. 'Cause I don't know. I have not any friends in school, so like it's just yeah. So they give me tips and stuff like for cooking, and they like to see what I've been making. And I love worshiping Freddie Prinze Jr. So it's to me it's refreshing. I like cooking, and washing dishes really is a stress reliever. Even though just
So
don't
your
tell your
parents
parents
love that.
No. Yeah, I guess so, right? Um, so yeah, I guess cooking. I don't draw much anymore. I animate, but it's not really a passion too much. Oh, I am trying to animate a 10-second story, and it's about BB-8 and how he's sad that he can't
Oh.
wake up R2-D2. But then he gets an idea and he's like, "Oh, I found out how to wake you up, kinda. Here, look, I have the map." And then R2's like, "I got a map too." So, yeah. Yeah, I'm working on that. But not really a hobby, just schoolwork. That's me.
That's you. I think another way I kind of like not stress myself out with fandom people, but still kind of be in fandoms is, well, I guess not be in it because I'm just kind of by myself. But I just like to sometimes think about things like just by myself, just have like conversations with myself and be like, well, what if this happened? You know, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And I could have my own ideas, and no one can tell me no because I'm by myself.
Only you can tell yourself no.
Exactly. So that's fun too. So I think yeah.
Yeah. I've also been on Pinterest a lot lately.
See,
Just
I tried Pinterest and I couldn't understand how it worked, so I gave up.
I love Pinterest. Like,
Because
there's food, there's memes, it's perfect.
like a couple years ago, a couple of my friends were on. I was like, I'll try this, and then I was on there for like 20 minutes, and I was like, this. I cannot make sense of this. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, so I just, but I find myself, like, looking at Star Wars memes, and then there's people that are like, Last Jedi sucked. I'm like, okay, not reply to this person. So, yeah, but
That's another skill people in fandoms could learn. Just don't, like
Don't engage.
Don't humor these people. They're looking for a fight. Do not give it to them.
do not, do not engage the enemy.
Exactly.
And then, I find myself, like, slowly going
Just like
prepared to engage.
just block and move on. Just
Yeah,
don't.
definitely.
I mean, I guess there's times like if they're being really like harassing someone, you can just be like, "Hey, knock it off." But in general, if someone's just being stupid,
Yeah.
um,
The only thing, like, I think the only time I actually, like, replied was when someone was just saying, like, Rose Tico was, like, the worst character. And I was like, wait. Hey. So, yeah. But it was whatever. They stuck to their opinion. Their wrong opinion. So, that's okay. But trying to get away from that.
yeah. All right, we do have our next
So
message.
difficult.
And Comic Sans, italicized Comic Sans.
Yes. Fancy
Yeah,
Comic
fancy
Sans.
Comic Sans. Gotcha.
Yes.
So we do have another listener who my dad because my dad got this one. He didn't say who it was. At first I thought it was Johnny Grasso because my dad said something about Johnny Grasso, and then he was like, "Oh, and also you got this email." So I guess I just thought it was Johnny Grasso. My brain just didn't switch topics, but it's not. It's from a random person.
Random.
Yeah. So it was from our Valentine's Day special. If that wants to help you.
Me?
Or help someone listening help you realize how long I've been sitting on these emails forgetting about them.
Oh.
But it says, I'll read it. Lizzy and Zoe, if you were to create a Star Wars dating site, who would your friends be matched up with on the site? Example, yourselves, Sal, Jen Marie, Steele, and other friends and guests you've had on the show.
Okay. So first, we're not gonna ship my dad and people who are married.
No one
'Cause,
who's married. So it's just us and Jonah then from that list.
Huh. Do we not have friends?
I feel like these people should like be here though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Do we have friends that are not single or that are single? Well, Jonah is easy because Jonah just,
Jonah's in love with Rex, so
yes.
we cannot.
But also, wasn't
possibly
she
Kylo.
like Commander Pyre?
Commander. Oh yeah, Pyre and kind of Kylo.
Yeah.
So
I think her love is complicated.
I feel like Rex is her number one though.
Yeah, definitely.
Always. So I don't know who I'd match up with. I don't know.
Poe. Are we bringing back Poe?
He's like old though. I've realized in the years later he's like old now. I've now realized he's old, so I don't know.
Sense.
Sorry, Poe. I still love you, but you're like old, so.
Yeah. Poe. Trying to think.
How about
Who-
Bingo and Echo?
Okay. So Bingo would be with the white loth cat. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah.
Because they're both white. Bam. Oh, I make myself laugh. I'm sorry. Echo. He'd need to be with a jerk loth cat.
A jerk loth cat?
Because he's a jerk. So they would be perfect for each other. Wow, do I really not have people to ship with? What about Axel?
Axel? Oh, he's a baby though. He's a child.
Is he though?
I'm pretty sure legally he's a child.
Yes. I'm just trying to think of people. Why don't we just do Star Wars people?
Star Wars people?
Yeah. We don't have friends.
Well, who would you be with, Lizzie?
Oof. Like, seriously, or?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
Because, like, my first thing would be Kylo.
That's exactly what I thought.
But,
No surprise.
but also, like, that wouldn't be a good relationship. So, who do you think, if, like, good guys, I would be with?
I don't know.
I can't say Sam Witwer.
He's not a Star Wars Lizzie.
Yes, he is. He's also, I think he's older than Poe. So, no. Do we have, like, any teenage Star Wars boys? Like, there was...
Well,
Ezra's...
I cannot say Ezra, because that's weird.
No, do not say Ezra.
Is that the only... Luke was 19 in A New Hope.
I don't like Luke that much. Because
like, every girl is a teenager.
but every boy is not.
I mean, yeah.
I don't like Cass. He's not the greatest.
He is, a little stupid.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
looking
see.
around at all our Star Wars stuff in the room. Was Obi-Wan a teenager in Phantom Menace?
He might have.
He would probably like be like 19 or 18 at the youngest. Anakin was a teenager at some point
At some point.
between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
See, I liked young Saw Gerrera, but he was also kind of real rude.
He was. Lex was a teenager.
Gross.
Exactly.
Die. Let's see. Not much teenagers. Why can't I think of any?
Han was like early 20s in Solo, wasn't he?
See, like, maybe Han, but he frustrates me sometimes.
See, like, Solo Han, I feel like it's like Solo and, what was the Solo book, Most Wanted? That's a nice Han. But then as he gets older, he gets a little grumpier. But then he gets nice again. And then he gets grumpy again.
And then he's dead.
And then he's dead.
There's no one in Rebel. Oh, Ezra's friends.
Oh, Zare, Jai, Mart.
And I think that's it.
Yeah. Because Ezra doesn't have too many friends either. Too many friends his age.
Yeah.
Well, Rey. Oh no, Rey's a girl. Duh.
Duh.
I forgot. I was thinking teenagers, and I was like, oh wait,
Rey's a teenager?
she's 19 in Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
Why?
They're all teenagers except for Jin. And yeah, no, that's it. Because Padme's 14 in Phantom Menace, and Leia's 19 in Force Awakens.
See, I don't like Padme.
I know you don't like Padme.
No.
Yeah, every girl's a teen, except for Tam, I guess. But the rest.
I wonder how old Tam and Kaz is.
See, I feel like Tam and Kaz are early 20s. I think we've had this conversation before. And then Tor's 15. And Niku is... I don't know if it matters how old Niku is, because whatever the answer is, it's going to be, oh, well, his species has an entirely different concept of age anyway, so...
He's like 130.
Niku is 452. Niku is Yoda's brother.
How dare you? It's because they're green. Let's see.
That's all the teenage boys.
I love Niku, but he's a friend.
That's all the teenage boys except for like the ones in like the books that die.
Nice.
Well, our Hobby and Wedge are teenagers in Rebels, and also the guy that dies in that episode.
Oh, Wedge. He's adorable. But I don't know him very well.
Then there was that boy in Leia that died, and that boy in Rebel Rising that died. Did he die? Did he die or did Jin run away?
I don't remember. I got to that part, but I don't think I got I
can't even remember. I know they broke up because Jin left. But I can't remember if he died or if she ran away.
Would they kill him though? Would they kill him though?
They killed the boy in Leia.
But this boy, he's adorable. He was cute. He was so sweet.
I think he died. I don't know.
Pity.
Is that all the teenagers? Really? All the teenage boys?
Like, every girl is a teenager.
All of them except for, like, Jin and Tam. And Kira. Although I think she was maybe a teenager and... Most Wanted.
I think I'll just go with Kylo.
Let's go with Kylo.
Yeah. Because I want to say Poe. Because he's just a handsome boy.
I feel like though you could say Hux. He's still evil, but it's significantly less chance of you getting stabbed.
That's true. Unless I'm asleep, I'll get blasted.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll just have to wake up early every day.
Go to sleep late. I mean, Hux did, like, approve the killing of his own father so he could get power.
That's how you get to the top, man.
I'm sure your dad would love to hear that.
It's fine. Yeah. Kylo or Hux? Not sure. Oh. But Thane's taken. Never mind.
Oh, Thane?
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot. Oh well. That's okay.
So, yeah.
That was our
That's
Star
everyone
Wars
that's not
dating
married.
site.
That's everyone that's not married. It's just us and Jonah. Who else?
I can't think of any. Is there any? Has there been?
There's Shay, but I don't know who. I don't know who else. Who would she would want to be with? And I don't want to say if someone like really that she like secretly hates or something. And then I'll get another email. She'd be like, I hate you. I'm kidding. She wouldn't do that, but I don't know. It's weird if there isn't an obvious answer and the person's not here.
Yeah. Because then, like...
Because, like, with Jonah, it's obvious.
Yes.
We all know. She does not make it a secret.
No, she does not.
And we're both here, so, like...
Who do you think Snoke should be with?
Snoke?
I say he should be with the lower part of his body.
Yeah, that's...
And his hand. His hand came off, too. Sorry.
Yeah. I ship Snoke with the body parts he's lost. They should be reunited.
Even, like, Jar Jar. He's taken.
Oh my god, he is taken.
What about Chopper?
AP5.
Yes. R2-D2.
3PO.
Bucket?
Bucket is above the concept of shipping. Bucket is his own being. And he is above the rest of us.
That is very true. BB-8.
The BE...
CB-23.
CB-23. I can't remember. I always get it mixed with the black one.
That's BB-8.
BB-8.
Is it BB-9E? Right?
BB-9E is the evil one.
I think he should be with...
BB-8 and BB-8 could be like star-crossed lovers from opposite sides. That's the plot of episode 9. It's a forbidden love story between BB-8 and BB-9E.
Yes. It will be so dramatic.
I solved it, JJ. You can't fool me.
We need to write a whole theory about it.
Exactly.
And we need to post random pictures of BB-8 and put a circle around.
We need a video.
Yes.
Thumbnail is just...
not clickbait.
Yeah, it says not clickbait in it. And it's a blurry screen cap with BB-8 circled. No, you can't circle BB-8. Because the circle can't have anything to do with the video. We have to circle, like Finn's shoe or something.
Just the shoe. It's like it has to be next to BB-8.
Yes.
But like his shoe. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. I love it. I approve of this. That should have been my animation.
What else? I ship Giger with his family. Or not his family, his wife. Not his whole family.
Yes, just the wife, please.
Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking.
See, I like Tam with Sonara, but I also like her just being her. So
Yeah.
I'm not even sure.
I
'Cause-
should Niku with being all powerful.
Yes. I believe in that. He's Snoke, actually.
Niku is Snoke?
Yeah.
That would be a twist.
Yes.
How funny would it be though if, because like, in Clone Wars where they have like the Emperor with a hood over him, and it's like you have like Chancellor Palpatine and then Emperor. I guess he's not the Emperor yet, but like Darth Sidious in the next scene, and you can tell who it is. What if they just start having scenes with like Niku in a hood? And
Cropped
it's
out.
just that's the new villain, just Niku in a hood with a shadow over most of his face, but you can still tell it's him.
Yes, he's a shapeshifter. Maybe later we find out.
That wouldn't
He's-
surprise me. His species. Every time he talks about like the weird things the species do, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to know what more about what Niku can do, because I don't think I'm ready to know. Like, I
You
feel
just
like
need
one
to know-
episode he's just gonna eat a stormtrooper, and like
Oh.
it's like we're just gonna have to accept it because it's Niku.
Yeah. Because Niku is a god.
This is not at all where we started.
No, it's not. I think we can continue on with the Star Wars dating site in later episodes.
Yeah, if we get more ideas, that should be a thing though. Like, whenever we have a guest, we'd be like, so if there was a Star Wars dating site, who would you be matched up with?
Yes.
That should be our thing.
Yes. Always.
Always. Okay. So, the next thing, and these are just kind of smaller things, but first is that we can say what the time is for the podcast stage at Celebration. It's Friday from 5 to 5:45. So, if you're going to Celebration, come.
Yes.
And we're going to try to see if we can get Lizzie to, call in. Because, will you be off school then? Friday?
So
It's in Chicago, so that's is that a different time zone from me? I can't remember.
it might be.
I think it's 1 or 2 hours off.
Yeah.
I know so much about the United States geography.
Yeah. So I think I will be off because it's Friday and I get off at 1:30
Yeah,
and I go
so-
home.
Chicago is 1 hour behind me, so it's 2 hours ahead of you. So that means our podcast is from 3 to 3:45 your time. Right?
That sounds good. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Cool.
If anything, you could just text me and be like, "Hey, come here."
So, yeah.
Yes.
If we're gonna talk, I'm gonna try and have some people, maybe Jonah'll probably be very busy, but Shay or
Yeah, that would.
someone. I'll just harass them into coming. It'll be great.
How dare you try to replace me?
I'm sorry. You'll be there through the telephone, through the wonder of technology.
Lovely technology. Maybe by then we'll have holograms.
By May of this year.
Yes.
That's bold. Okay.
Everyone thought we'd have flying cars in 2019, so.
That's true. Actually, a lot of people thought that we would be in the apocalypse by 2019. Like, a lot of, like, 70s and 80s apocalypse movies are, like, in 2019. Or around there, so. No. I'd take not having flying cars over the world being over.
That's true.
So, take what you can get. So, yeah. It's a podcast stage. I don't know exactly what we'll talk about. I'm assuming it'll be Star Wars.
I hope.
Hopefully it will be Star Wars. If it's not, So, yeah. So if you're at Celebration, you can come to the podcast stage. And it's like a big room, apparently. I haven't been there, obviously, because I'm not at Celebration yet. But apparently it's a pretty big room. So we got plenty of space for people.
So, no excuses.
No excuses. You have to come. I'm mandating you to come right now. If you don't come, you're going to be fined.
Yes. And the money will go to charity.
To charity.
Because we're nice.
Yeah. Because we're forcing you to do this, but we're also nice. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. And then also and they're not done yet, but we're having Star Wars Geek Girl patches made.
Yay.
And we're gonna...
I saw them, and they look amazing, so
Yeah.
everyone should get them.
Yeah, we don't have them yet, but we will in the future times.
And you must send me.
Yes, you will get one. Or probably more than that.
Yes.
The other patches, they have a picture of us in the Sabines. It's the Star Wars Geek Girl podcast, Lizzy and Zoe. So,
Yes.
get one and get a whole bunch and put it on everything you own.
Yes. Sponsor us. Or
You have to, if you're not
You
wearing your Star Wars
are.
Geek Girl patch, you'll get fined again. At all times. You have to wear one.
Yes. Always.
Always. So, man, although I have a vest that I embroidered with a fulcrum symbol in the back, and then I put a Sabine patch on it, and then I covered all the rest of it in pins, and I was very careful about my pin placement, and now I'm gonna have to get that patch and put that on there and have to move all my pins.
I'll probably put it on my backpack.
See, I had patches on my backpack and they fell off, so it
Oh.
was my fault. It's not the backpack's fault. It was my fault. But, I don't put them on there.
Yeah, I'll just take out this Lincoln Park sign. Because I love Lincoln Park, but it's been a while.
So, yeah, Star Wars Geek Girl patches are going to be a thing. But, if you cannot wait to get patches, we do have t-shirts on TeePublic that you can get that are pretty much all designed by either you or your dad, Lizzie.
I need to make more, but I haven't been drawing at all. I need to get back on that because I'm getting bad.
You're a busy Lizzie. It's okay.
Yeah, I didn't think... I kept telling everyone, like, junior year is not so bad. And then...
Junior year is the worst.
It's
Everyone,
not the worst. It's like everything else in life happening and then school.
oh, yeah. See, everyone always told me, they're like, sophomore year is so, like, the worst year of high school and it's so busy. Junior, I would do sophomore year. No, I mixed that up. Wait, what? No, I like junior year better than sophomore year. I'm confusing myself. I'm so tired, man. I don't know.
Me too.
My
I did
brain
not
is-
like
My
first
brain's...
or second year of high school.
My brain's scrambled. So, yeah. And then another thing, which this isn't necessarily, I mean, it's just kind of news because it's recent, but it's a story that my dad was like, oh, you should tell the podcast.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that. We had, I think I mentioned this earlier, we had our last showing of our spring musical at school, which I was part of the crew for. It was yesterday. It was Shrek the Musical, which I know, like it's Shrek, so your immediate response is to be like, there's a musical of Shrek. And then your second response is to be like, that sounds awful.
I did say that.
And everyone that was in the cast or crew was like, yeah, when we first heard it was going to be Shrek, we were all like, Or like, because we have two directors, and the one director, he was like, yeah, when I told the other director, I'm not going to say the names, when I told the other director that I wanted to do Shrek, she didn't talk to me for the rest of the day. So, you know, we had our doubts at first, but it's actually a really good show, and the songs are really good. Where was it going? Oh, so yeah, we did Shrek the Musical, and then at the end we give our directors presents. So, one girl made for the one director, she made her a big like poster thing, had pictures of everyone signed it. It's really nice, and she loved it. And then the other director, he really likes Star Wars. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, when most, like, I don't want to say this sounding like I'm, like, gatekeeping or whatever, but, you know, like, there's, like, levels, kind of.
Yes.
And so, when you meet a person, they say, I like Star Wars. There's, like, a level you kind of assume, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, looking down on these people. I'm just saying you know what I mean? I don't want to
Yes.
make it sound like I think they're bad or whatever, or bad fans. I'm just saying. There's, like, levels that you're into it, you know? And so, this person, I figured, like, oh, well, because I have a lot of teachers that say, oh, I like Star Wars. They have some posters in the room. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then we had, like, a troop at our school, and he walks over and he points at our Vader. He's like, oh, it looks like an Empire Strikes Back Vader. He points to my daddy, like, that's a New Hope Stormtrooper. I was like, okay. You're crazy like me. That's great. So, he's really cool. And so, for a cast present, because we have a clone trooper helmet mold, so we made him, we poured him a helmet and painted it up, and then I got green markers, because Shrek, and I had everyone in the cast and crew sign it, and then we gave it to him, and his reaction was priceless. He literally fell to his knees.
Oh.
It was amazing. He loved it. It was great, and because our two directors are actually getting married soon.
Oh.
Yeah, they got engaged at practice for the fall play.
Yay.
Which is cool. But they're getting married, and so he put the helmet on, and he looked at the other director, and she said, I know what you're thinking, and no, you can't wear it to the wedding. Which was great.
Cute.
It was great. It was a good time. So yeah, that's my story.
It's a cute story.
Yay. And now everyone says I'm his favorite student, even though I've never actually had one of his classes. So
Maybe you will always be his favorite student.
So, yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
That's nice.
Star Wars brings people together.
Yay!
That's the moral of the story.
Yes, it is. That's what it's supposed to be. But people sometimes they don't get it. So you gotta beat the knowledge into them.
You gotta beat the knowledge into them. With a lightsaber.
Yes.
Keep the theme going.
Yeah. Well,
We're
I
out of
guess
notes now.
yeah, that's all I have notes.
So, should we sign off?
Yes.
Do you want to sign off, or should I?
I never know how to sign off.
Oh my, we do this every time.
I know.
Okay, I'll do it then. Alright, so I was Zoe.
I was Lizzie.
Thank you for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. May the Force be
Send
with
us
you.
more emails.
Send us more emails. They're really fun. And yeah, we like answering them. Even if we don't always, I feel like, maybe do a complete job because we get sidetracked. We do like to answer them. We do like to read them. So, just
We
accidentally
like to
cracked my
feel
knuckles.
noticed.
Yeah. Send us. Oh, I forget the email though. It's podcast@starwarsgeekgirl.com is the email.
Yay.
So, and it's Star Wars Geek Girl, like all one word, no dashes or fancy things. So, yeah, email us, ask us
Always
questions.
about anything.
Tell us your thoughts on things. You know.
Yeah. And we will either argue against it or totally back you up.
But we will argue against it respectfully because
Yes.
fandom is not about being toxic and hateful. It's about discussion and having fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do that. Email us. podcast@starwarsgeekgirl.com. Do that. Yeah. Alright, shall we just sign off again?
I was Lizzie.
And I was Zoe.
Thank you for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl.
Star
Email
Wars
us.
Geek Girl.
May the Force be with you.
Geek girls
And
that
goodbye.
like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.